Dearly beloved, we are
Welcome
gathered
to
here
the
today for
Thank
Whizzbang
you for...
podcast. Is that what I'm on?
Thank you.
No, is that what I'm on?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Feels good to be here.
Seth, thank you so much for coming in today
Thank you.
and giving your opinions on the WhizzbangBAM podcast.
You're welcome. I'm just kind of ashamed of myself that this is the third time we're doing this because you didn't like my first couple takes of the
No,
opinions.
that's good. We can do one
keep
more
those?
time.
Okay.
We'll keep this.
Nice.
Seth, thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
You're welcome. I wanted to say thank you again, but I don't know why I'm thanking you. No, you're
I want
welcome.
to say I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Pleased to meet you.
Oh, pleased to meet you, man. God, I wish you could cue that music up right now.
Hold on.
It really is one of the greatest songs of all time.
I know we can't clear it.
You can't clear it for this?
Nope.
Really?
No.
Are your rates too high?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I like that. That's a good game to play.
I love to play games. I love to play games with Seth Ferguson. Seth, we got to know each other pretty well this year.
We did.
Yeah.
First time I ever saw you was in Louisa, Kentucky. And right off the bat, I was just like, who the fuck is this guy?
Right. Like, why is he doing this?
Yeah. Also, can I cuss on this?
I don't think we have much, but we sure can tonight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't know if that's
We
a
can
thing.
cuss on this. Okay, cool.
Because I swear, like, the only other episode I listened to was just filled with F-bombs.
Which one was that? Who dropped the most F-bombs on the Whizzbang podcast?
I think it was Kyle.
Kyle.
Yeah. I could be wrong, though.
He would.
It could have been me cussing while I was listening to it. Just being like, this is fucking ridiculous.
He's lying. He's lying.
Yeah, he's lying through his
Crazy.
teeth.
You've known Kyle a really long time, right?
I have, but I'm not here to talk about him
I
tonight.
don't want to talk about him either.
I just wanted to clear
Because
the
he
air.
had his episode.
He's already been here?
Yeah. On the...
See, this is why I don't want to talk about him. He doesn't tell me stuff like this.
He didn't tell you that he did an interview here?
No.
On the Whizzbang podcast?
On the podcast?
Mm-hmm.
God bless it. I thought I was beating him to this.
I know. Maybe we can get your episode to air.
What did he say about me?
What did he say about you? Actually, nothing. He didn't.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well then, yeah.
Because
Well-
I was there in the room, and he didn't bring you up once.
Wow. All right, well then we're cutting him out of this story right off the bat.
Listen, you got your hands in a lot of things, Seth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do.
You wear a lot of hats.
I do.
You want to tell me about some of your hats, or?
Well, first off, I think we should go back to like when we met.
Okay.
And
Let's go back to that day in Louisa, Kentucky.
in Louisa, Kentucky.
I had only been with Whizzbang maybe a month.
Really?
It wasn't a lot.
Okay, so you were pretty fresh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, all I know, you were running around, and I was like, this
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing.
Really?
And, well, yeah.
Just at the speed I was walking?
The speed you were walking,
Right.
you were darting in and out, you weren't getting in the way, you were
That was
asking the
the
right
trick.
questions.
Right, right.
And then I saw you getting at Red Rocks, and I was just like, whoa, shit, he is here to stay.
Right. Or they wouldn't have, or I couldn't have gone there if they weren't going to keep me around type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Louisa's close.
Yeah, and I
to
understood
where-
that. And
yeah.
I was just like, they're inviting
Like,
this guy
oh, no
out here.
problem. Easy to get,
Yeah, and so...
Red Rocks was cool.
And then I didn't...
Charlie Brown Superstar, Joyful Noise After Party.
Country and Western and Beats.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Yeah, man.
I'm not here to talk about him today, though.
Okay.
And I am here to talk about you, though.
Okay.
And
I'm here to talk
but
about you.
actually, real
so,
quick, though,
yeah.
Charlie Brown Superstar, what a guy.
What a
Let's
guy,
talk about him
man.
for a minute.
Like, I would like to touch on it for a moment.
Nice.
Because he has just
Charisma.
the ear. You
You know what? Actually, I was going through my notes, and I made a note for one of his shirts, and
Yeah.
it literally says, "This DJ fucks."
Oh, yeah.
And I think he was down for it.
remember that.
Yeah. My favorite part about Brett, though, was when he would ask a question when he was wearing his headphones, and he wouldn't really understand my response. So we had a lot of mixed communication,
Constantly.
and it was
I remember
the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do swear at one point he might have hit his head on something because I thought he did ask what song was playing, which I thought he clearly knew. And I was
Yeah.
just like, what is wrong with
It
him?
was a pretty recognizable Tyler
It
Childers
was.
song.
But it just turns out it was just another episode of miscommunication.
It was always a good laugh, the episode of miscommunication.
Yeah.
Because he would have kind of like 2 or 3 headphones going.
Yeah.
at
Talk
time.
about a guy
It was
that wears a
pretty
lot of hats. He
involved.
wears a
Yeah.
lot of headphones.
That's
I've been meaning
exactly
to
right.
ask you about that. Why does he wear 3 sets of headphones while he's DJing?
He just wants to hear every part of the music.
Wow.
He's pro.
That's pretty cool.
He's just an absolute pro.
All right. Well, we said we weren't going to talk about him.
Okay.
And after Red Rocks, I didn't see you again up until like,
I was so sad.
yeah, that was kind of messed up.
So I was like,
But yeah, we hit it off right away on the road. Like that was great.
we were a
And
team. We were a team.
We were a team
At times.
and there was a contract we made with each other, and
Oh, I knew you'd bring this up. I really did.
yeah. But I think we're
thought
doing
about
good.
this. I didn't prepare for it, but
I think we're doing really good though. But at one point on the road, we just got too weird.
I know.
We got way too weird. We were talking like any form of our communication was just nonsense. People were worried about us. It became a whole thing with HR. HR Matheson, that's that other guy that was there. But either way, I'm glad we toned it down.
It's felt a lot better since we've been able to just like kind of get rid of the bullshit. Mm-hmm. Just like shed our skin.
No bullshit.
Like,
That's
no
right.
bullshit,
That became
you
our
know?
motto.
It was a big kind of like calling to us at the time.
I guess so. So what normal things did we start doing?
Normal things on the road.
Yeah, we're just in general, because I feel like we cut out a lot
I think on the road, one of our biggest wins was our initial meeting with Jay, the production manager.
Yeah. Great guy.
We wanted to set up a meeting where we could tell him that we weren't going to really act weird anymore.
That's right.
That we were going to
Yes.
straighten up.
Yeah.
We were going to clean our act up. And we knew that Jay worked a lot with reggae bands.
Yes.
So we imported sand into the production office and filled it 2 or 3, feet high with sand.
Yeah, it was enough to play volleyball in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It wasn't a big enough space to play volleyball.
No, it would have been ridiculous. And we were done being weird at that point. So
Well, that was the point of the meeting we were trying to set up, right?
yeah, and
That
volleyball would just been weird.
volleyball would have been weird, so we didn't do that.
Right.
But what we could have done and wanted to do to prove ourselves was bring the sand in with an inflatable pool,
Yep.
a couple beach chairs,
Yep.
some playthings in the sand, and an orange Julius machine.
That's right. I forgot about the orange Julius. I forgot everybody loves a good orange Julius. And I feel like the best way to convey to somebody that you're not weird anymore is to offer an orange Julius. And really hit the nail on the head on that one.
Because we had to tarp it so the sand wouldn't get in the machine. It was trying to work overtime.
Wait, that's right.
Because it was hot in the room.
I think it was an open top machine too, so it just spun it.
Yeah, I was just spinning with the sand.
Spun everywhere. But
Yeah.
that was the moment we stopped being weird, or to let our professional peers know
Right.
that.
Right.
And that worked out great for us, I think.
The turn of a new leaf
Yep.
and the turn of a century, really.
Right. And sometimes that's just cool enough.
Yeah.
Speaking of cool enough,
Uh-huh.
have you done any more things along that line? You were kick flipping like crazy out there.
Oh, yeah. There was a little project worked on the road. Mm-hmm. Cool enough.
Yeah. And I've got footage of it.
You had some great basketball shots in that one.
I did. That was Jay's.
Yeah.
You did the skateboarding. Kyle did putt-putt or like mini golf.
Mini golf.
Yeah.
Small golf.
Little golf.
Yeah. There's a lot of ping pong.
I didn't really get any footage of that.
No.
That was kind of weird.
That's not cool enough.
Something weird.
It wasn't able to bring. Can we bring up cool enough? Okay.
Well, I created a list of questions to ask you.
Okay.
And originally, I'd done this on my flight. I don't even remember where the fuck I was going, but I came back home.
Okay.
And I almost got kicked off the flight because I was creating this ransom note style list of questions to ask you.
Really?
But I guess it's kind of
What airline were you flying?
American.
Oh.
And I guess
They
that's
take that stuff pretty seriously.
kind of frowned upon. Yeah, because I
Okay.
kept asking. I was like using the magazines that they had on deck.
That they
and
had
stuff.
on the airplane. You were cutting them
They were like the personal magazines of the flight attendants.
with scissors, or
Yeah.
you were just ripping
Scissors.
them out?
Well, that was the first
Because
problem.
they don't let you have scissors.
Well, I didn't know that.
Right.
So there's a whole list of problems. So
Okay.
after all of that, I complied,
All right,
and
good.
I just wrote the questions down on here.
On your phone instead.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Hey, is that the new iPhone?
yeah, it is.
Does it tell you what time it's going to ring?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird. Mine rings at random ass times.
Yeah.
8:06 a.m., 8:18.
We show that to the camera. I have like weird, like I got this update where my phone tells me what time it's going to ring.
every single time. Never fails. 4:41 p.m. It's never on a 5 or a 0.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't know. I've just kind of lived with it.
Yeah. I just deal with it.
Um,
Do you have questions for me on your cell phone?
no, I didn't really write any questions. They were more like statements, but I probably should make them into questions. Actually, I found
about me or to me.
just in general.
Just
But also, I just found the note about the DJ thing, and it actually
Right.
says, "This DJ's gonna fuck you, Charlie Brown superstar."
that's what's on the back.
That's what it says on the back of the shirt, I think.
Okay.
So, so yeah. You know what? Let's scrap these.
Okay.
I don't like those.
Absolutely.
I was in a dark place when I wrote those questions. But what are you listening to?
What have I been listening to?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of city pop.
I like
Have
them.
you listened to city pop?
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Who's that?
It's like Japanese pop and folk and jazz.
Is that
from
a band
the
name or a
70s to
genre?
80s. It's like a genre. It's like a classification
You're letting
of
me
Japanese
sit
pop.
here saying, "Who's that?"
You said, "Who's that?" I was gonna roll with it. Well, it's like, who have you
reading
been
anymore.
listening to? And someone says, Alice in Chains.
Yeah, I listen
then
to Alice in
You
Chains.
say, "Yeah, I love her.
She's great.
I love her music. She's
Yeah.
great." Yeah.
Went to school with her.
Yeah. Oh, Alice?
Well,
How'd
she was
her look for
Allison back.
Thanksgiving?
She was
Allison.
Allison back then.
She was Allison.
Yeah, but she goes by Alice now. So you've been listening to Alice in Chains.
Yeah. What about you?
That's all you've been listening to?
Pretty much.
Oh, nice. You know, I'm in my pop culture phase. You know, I'm listening to Megan Thee Stallion.
Really? That makes me so happy.
Yeah, dude.
It makes me think of summertime.
Yeah, it's
You
summer's
know?
around the corner, dude.
Yeah.
It's do a kickflip and it's gonna be there.
That's good summer music.
But yeah, just a lot of pop culture stuff. Been listening to Charlie Brown Superstar.
Always.
I've been doing bootlegging his stuff lately, actually.
You've actually, really?
So
How did you do that?
I probably shouldn't say that on his
Okay.
company's like.
Right. On his management company.
Yeah.
You should say how you're like,
I'll text it to you.
like trying to download his music
Yeah,
without paying for it.
but dude, the bootleg stuff,
Mm-hmm.
God, it hits.
Yeah. Like other
Um,
people are putting it out and like profiting from it.
Yeah, I've been thinking about doing T-shirts too. Well, I've already told
Like
you a couple of my
Charlie
ideas.
Brown-
Yeah.
Oh, those shirts are freaking.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know. I just kind of listen to whatever I find. Classical music.
Podcast guy, album guy.
Not really a podcast guy, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people look at me and they're like, "This guy looks like he's."
You
podcaster."
hosted a podcast.
I did host it during the pandemic. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good time.
That's great.
Did 2 seasons of it,
Mm-hmm.
but we were forced to shut down.
You were forced to.
Forced to.
Yeah.
So
How
still
are
an
you-
ongoing legal thing.
Okay. So we won't touch on that either.
No, we can't.
But you've been putting music out, producer?
No, never done any of that.
Okay.
But it's one of those things where I've liked being around a lot of those people. I've always wanted to
Who?
play an instrument,
Who?
like producers and stuff.
Oh.
You know, like DJ Khaled,
Really?
people like that. But
Okay. What'd you like about him? What influenced you about his music?
I guess his name really.
Yeah. Because it had DJ. Like, you tend to like DJs. So if they have DJ in front of their name, that's like always kind of a cool time.
Yeah, and I've thought about doing that too.
Being a DJ?
Yep.
Wow.
So just
How
thought
would you
about
do
it.
that? What would your setup be?
I'd probably just take Charlie Brown Superstars.
Right. Just use his equipment?
Yeah, Amazon has like ski masks pretty cheap, and I think I know where he lives.
So you're gonna wear the ski mask and like play as him, or something.
Kind of talking more about getting his gear.
You're gonna steal his gear,
Not trying to say that on here. Not
but
on
you
his-
are saying it on here.
But I'm not trying to say that.
You don't have to say it.
But you know, yeah, you get the gist.
Sure.
But, you know.
Because you like being around those people. Do you ever like follow anyone without them knowing you're there?
You know, actually, when I first got my driver's license, I decided I was just going to follow a random car as far as
just
it could
like
go.
pick one car. And
Yeah,
say,
picked one car and
Yeah.
just followed it around town, and it was, in hindsight, the stupidest thing I could have done.
right.
But yeah, it led nowhere exciting. They just went home,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was even weirder when I got out.
You got out,
But
and we're not staying for dinner.
yeah, I
You know?
got out and said that, the whole
Yeah.
classic. I was being weird back then.
What
And,
year was that?
It was probably 2003, 2004.
Weird year.
That was a weird year.
Weird year.
Yeah.
Same name,
Yeah, I was still going by Seth.
but we have the same birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Explain that.
I really can, actually. But yeah, we
Yeah.
both were born on December 15th.
That's actually true.
That is very true.
That's actually true.
What year were you?
94.
94? Nice. I was 86.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what, 12 years older?
Yeah.
Is that right?
I don't think about that.
I don't know. I really can't even picture any numbers in my head right now.
No.
But it probably could be this concoction.
When's the last
made.
time you've like tried to read a clock without numbers on it?
Oh, a couple weekends ago, I changed my watch face to one that was just slightly different, and I regretted every minute of it.
Right.
It did not go well. I had no idea what time it was most of the time.
It looked like that movie, The Hangover, with Zach Galifianakis.
Is he in that?
Yeah, and he'd look as he's doing math in his head, it's like a bunch of numbers like flying by his face.
Oh, yeah. No, that's exactly
That
what I
was
look
you,
like.
looking at that.
Yep, that was me. So yeah, I do produce and
Sure.
make music and stuff too.
Yeah. Anything you want to?
My stuff's under Seth Ferg. You know, in hindsight, I should have picked a different name. That sounds so hard to say.
Well, Seth Ferg.
Yeah, like Seth AFERG.
That's like how you find it.
Yeah.
How you find your music.
Yeah, it's on there. Yeah, just put out some stuff whenever I'm feeling it. It was born during the pandemic, really. Just started writing all these
A lot of people
pop
were.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, was that when Glass Diaper was born?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
But we should talk about your music,
Whose?
Glass Diaper.
So you made all the music for the next record, right?
Oh, yeah. Shit, you're
Or
going to use
most
all of it?
right?
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
It's like 80% was you.
I didn't know how many songs you were doing.
I don't know.
But yeah, feel free to add whatever you want onto it. I'm liking the directions.
Yeah. I like your direction. I like,
Chicken Wing, though, is going to be an Irish international hit.
Okay, sure.
I like that.
Yeah, never thought about that.
Actually, whenever you release it, will you put on there that you're from Ireland this time?
Sure.
So it just goes.
Yeah, actually, Spotify, they don't require you to like tell the truth when you're pitching music.
Right.
It's pretty
Which
easy.
is where I
to
went
just,
wrong.
Yeah, tell them you don't have to change anything. You just say, I'm from here.
Yeah, it's just a little checkbox that's on there and stuff. So what's your next move?
Next move. What is the next move?
Yeah. Like more music, more home movies.
You ever see the show Home Movies?
Mm-hmm.
Brendan Smalls.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not
Alright.
really into. I don't want to talk about people I don't know and stuff.
Okay.
But just not really into HJB.
Do you want to talk about people that you do know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe mutual people we know?
yeah, bring up somebody.
Well, you said you got in a fight with him as dad in the parking lot as they were
Man.
leaving this studio.
We exchanged some words.
Sure. Nothing physical.
No, nothing physical.
Okay.
Emma's claiming I owe her money.
She claims.
So that was the whole reason she brought her dad actually to
Sure.
the podcast.
Right.
And he kind of exchanged words and then roughed me up. He actually took my jacket, and I managed to grab his.
What are you showing with your jacket?
Well, this isn't the jacket I originally came with.
Oh, what?
It was weird. We had like this scuffle that turned into a jacket swap. So,
You guys switched jackets in the parking lot?
well, as we were
He's wearing your
scuffling,
jacket.
he had on a different jacket. Yeah, he's wearing my jacket.
It
now.
wasn't really a scuffle, though. I mean, I was
No, it was a
watching
scuffle
you.
'cause,
it
like, we
just looked
pulled-
like you were both taking your jackets off and handing them to each other.
Well, there's a lot of like
I
fierce
wouldn't call
words
it a
being
scuffle.
said.
Yeah, there definitely were words being said, but
But,
you were just
um,
taking free will. You're both trying to take your jackets off.
I don't know. It was in the heat of the moment. Maybe I grabbed his in the mix up, but it felt like
such a
he
weird
was like
moment.
trying
It was
to take
such a
mine off.
nice time until like you pulled in. It was such a nice time. 'Cause
Well,
they were here talking, and I
I
feel like
didn't
we had
know-
some really good conversation.
I'm still heated about the
Take a
whole
point.
scuffle that happened.
No,
out
I
there.
wouldn't be heated about anything. I wouldn't be upset about anything.
Okay. Well, I got a nice jacket out of it.
I know, man.
So, yeah.
I think you always find a way of turning, oranges into orange Juliuses. When life gives you
Yes.
an orange, make an orange Julius.
I like that. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
When was the last time you had one?
An orange Julius?
Mm-hmm.
A long time ago,
Yeah.
probably.
It's been years for me.
But you've always been able to do that. Any situation we've been in where I feel like, oh no,
Yeah.
where are the pieces? Where
Yeah.
are the parts?
How's this going to end?
How's this going to end?
Yeah.
You're kind of there to lead people back onto
Yeah.
onto the right walk. So
Yeah. Thanks, man.
thanks for coming and talking.
Well, I had a short story I wanted to read you.
Okay.
Actually, well, we can save it for.
No,
I'll come back
for
in.
a short story if you want.
No,
to.
it's cool. I'll come
Okay.
back in for that.
Alrighty.
Also, we do have to work on this AI Batman comic we
I
working
know
on.
we talked about that a lot because
Yeah.
of the sidekick and the
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
go into that
the
next time.
pieces. Okay.
I was gonna read a poem too. I kind of thought
That's
I had
all
like
right.
3
We don't have
hours.
to do that one, but a story or something about Batman.
I was jumping
is cool.
back in on somebody else's podcast.
If you want to just come back in later, I'll be here.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
going to cut back in whenever I think it's a
Yeah,
good time.
you can't say after a certain time because it's like bedtime.
Am I getting kicked out?
No. Just like at a certain time, it is bedtime, so you have to leave.
It's only
But thank
12:30.
you. I know. Thank you for coming though. Talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You are welcome.
All right.
You are a great presence to be around.
You too. I've had so much fun meeting you and talking about.
Yeah, we should do a meet and greet.
Sure, we could do a meet and greet sometime.
Yeah, but I want to spell like MEAT and like GREAT.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, it was great having you on here today.
Okay.
And I will see you next time on the Whizzbang Family Podcast.
Thank you for turning into the Whizzbang Family Podcast, hosted by Seth Ferguson.
I forgot there was cameras over there.